Councilor Sanchez.
Thank you, Councilor Benton. I had one question. Right now, we are dealing with an issue, and the city of Albuquerque is basically going to turn one of the fire, or two of the fire stations back over to the county. There has been no notification to those residents. I'm not even sure what notification the county commissioners have been given regarding this issue. You know, we talk about getting the media involved. In this particular case, I don't think anyone has been involved, and there's been no transparency at all to the county commission that we are going to take these stations back. What would be your recommendation? Because our budget process is going through at this particular time. We have not reached out to the community. Hopefully we will do so quickly so they know what's going on, you know, and they are comfortable that the county personnel will be taking over those stations. I was on the Bernalillo County Commission when we formed the JPA, where the city actually took over the stations from the county. And 10 years ago, we had a volunteer paid system with Bernalillo County, and the county fire department has come a long, long way. And I think that the residents need to be assured that if the county personnel is going to go back in and take those stations over, the county commission also needs to be assured that they have the budget to accommodate the needs of the two new stations. Yet, you know, basically, time is running out. What are we going to do?
Sure. So, Mr. Chairman and Councilor Sanchez, what we'll do is we'll take those comments back, and we'll work with our CAO and our Chief Public Safety Officer and Chief Breen and come up with a plan. Yeah,
and the Chief has assured me that they will be going out to talk to those residents. But again, there's not a lot of time left, so I would appreciate that you work with the Chief and work with the county and city residents to let them know what is going to happen.
I also think that that's an issue where we can also work together collaboratively on, because it actually affects both entities. So whatever it is that, you know, we'll basically sit down and figure out how to approach this and make sure our message is consistent.
Thank you.
Diego Arancon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission, I'm Diego Arancon. I represent IAFF Local 244, which represents professional fire and rescue personnel for both AFD and BCFD. I come to you today, and I first of all would like to thank Councilor Benton, among others, Councilor Sanchez, Commissioner De La Cruz, for putting this on the agenda. This has been an issue that we've been way before my time. It's been a topic of discussion and debate, and I think it's appropriate to discuss it, and it has been discussed at length with the reacquisition, if you will, of County 29. There's concerns from both chapters that I represent to ensure that the departments do not necessarily lose anything in this. Obviously, safety is the most important thing. Firefighter safety equates to citizen safety. There's a discussion that I've had with city councilors in temporarily losing 15 positions through attrition, which I discussed with Councilor Lewis, potential of moving personnel, which I think was Chief Breen's concept we support, is to move the 15 personnel over to Station 17 for a ladder staffing function, which would help facilitate the deficiency we have there, since there's no ladder coverage from south of Paseo and Coors. For the county, I believe that there's obviously staffing issues that concerns us. We are definitely sympathetic to the fiscal constraints and the budget demands, and obviously I'm an advocate for the most staff possible to keep our members as safe as possible. The issue isn't whether they can handle the calls or they're capable. They're more than capable of handling it. The county personnel have overcome leaps and bounds since I've been involved in training, and I'm definitely proud to be a part of that. I would like to address the matter, though, of, we used to call it closest unit response. I think the chiefs have agreed now on calling it automatic aid agreement. Very excited and interested to see what that's about. But I do think that we can improve the county dispatch, and I know there are some issues that I personally have been involved with in the past. I definitely advocate for Albuquerque Fire Department dispatch, professional uniform dispatch, which is one of the best in the country in my opinion. And I think there's room for improvement. This Station 29 reacquisition can be used as a catalyst, and I believe to make it better for all the county and the city. The communication level between the dispatch centers is an area of concern, which I think should be the priority. And we met on this issue with the chiefs and the deputies back in March of last year, and that's really the only concern that I had, was that of dispatch and what we were going to do to facilitate that communication. I think things have gotten a little bit better. I think we can work together and make it even better than that. One of the things that are holding us back, in my opinion, on behalf of my county chapter, is that the chief he has limited authority over the dispatch center. And County Code 3434, as I interpret it, the responsibilities and authority of the Fire Chief of Fire and Rescue, number 10, include a range of communication systems and networks necessary to adequately alert, dispatch, and or communicate with facilities, equipment, and personnel is the key word. And if I may I have a couple more minutes?
Sure.
Personnel. In order to facilitate supervision, technical and working planning, fire prevention activities, emergency medical services. There's two key points. Emergency medical services is 80% of our call volume in both departments. It's very important for us as firefighters to have a monitored tactical channel. And what that serves is there's two dispatchers monitoring a fire call. How it helps for the emergency medical services is that since it's 80%, while one's being dispatched, the likelihood of another call coming in during that call, we have someone else to be able to take the call. We have not been able to ensure our members that there are two people dispatching in a 24-hour period with our county dispatch. We stand to help in any way possible. We understand and appreciate the fiscal limitations. If there's anything that we could do, we'd love to serve on committees as we have in the past to help with the logistics. All in all, we're supportive of it, and safety and staffing being our priorities. Thank you.
Mr. Aronco, anybody have any questions?